In the headlines, cholera kills at least 33 persons in Yobe and Jigawa. 2 abducted Kaduna Baptist students regain freedom. Plus, Kenyan scholar emphasized the need for science as response to COVID-19. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Ayuwelia. Thank you for joining. For more news and latest updates, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. After about 16 days in captivity, 2 among the 121 students abducted from Bethel Baptist Secondary School in Kaduna State have regained freedom. According to Police Public Relations Officer ASP Jalige Muhammad, the boys escaped but were rescued from the bush by the police. But in a divergent view, the school proprietor, Reverend Adamu Jangadu, said the students escaped from captivity but were not rescued by the police as speculated. The former Minister of Youth and Sports Development, Solomon Dalung, says spate of abductions and killings in the country is worrisome, calling on the Buhari administration to be more proactive in the fight against insecurity. The former sport minister is speaking on Trust TV Current Affairs program, 30 Minutes.
The security challenges and the attack on schools and kidnap of school children had actually taken a toll on my person. This happened under Jonathan. But it's more pronounced now. This is where I feel that, we have not met the expectations of Nigerians based on the hope and confidence we raised and built in 2015 and 2019. I cannot fathom why we are unable to deal with this situation, despite the fact that if you take the budgetary expenditure of this administration on security, it is the highest. But yet, we have been unable to protect Nigerians. And this is the unresolved question that we have to deal with. But of course, we must take responsibility. Because, Nigerians trusted us and handed over the country to us. So we don't have basis to blame anybody. We can't go into a blame game. We must take responsibility that we should have done more than what we are dealing with.
For more on that interview, do subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on all our social media platforms. Now, supporters of Europa Nation activist Sunday Adeyemo, popularly referred to as Sunday Igboho, were seen at Benin Republic Court earlier on Thursday. The supporters said they were in court ahead of the arraignment of Sunday Igboho, who was arrested in the country on Monday. The Yoruba-speaking supporters are demanding that Igboho should not be returned to Nigeria, saying that he had committed no offense. Meanwhile, the Central Bank of Nigeria has deployed an industry-wide cybersecurity fusion center and malware information sharing platform to address the growing cyber risk. Speaking in Lagos at the media parley organized by the Committee of Chief Information Security Officers of the Nigeria Financial Industry and the Cyber Safe Foundation, the Director of Banking Supervision, CBN, Haruna B. Mustafa, said it is part of measures being put in place to enhance the industry resilience. According to him, the platform aims to provide a united interface for cybersecurity intelligence sharing and enhance incident response capabilities to achieve the overall safety of the financial ecosystem. Now, work resumes in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, as civil servants and other workers are back to their places of work after the Isalah holiday. Trust TV's Nafisa Abdul-Al checked in on how activities have picked up after the break.
Residents in the FCT have resumed work today following the two-day national public holiday. As you can see, the atmosphere is filled with energy and enthusiasm as people are rested and ready to return to their various places of work. Some workers are refreshed and ready to continue their various tasks.
I feel good coming to work today after just 2 days public holiday. And though I'm not a Muslim, I'm a Christian, but with the way the celebration goes on, I believe it went well. And I wish everybody that came back to work today a successfully week ahead.
Well, I feel excited because during the holidays, nothing worked during the holiday, but now that the work has resumed in full force, I'm happy because there are some offices that I'm going to submit some documents concerning my company at an NPC. So I'm very, very happy and I'm excited and I'm full of life.
Well, I feel refreshed really because, you know, when you have too much of work and at the same time you went back home and relaxed for like 2 days, it really, it's a very good idea and more especially this time around it's a Salah celebration. Although the time is very limited, but it's fantastic.
While Grace Njoku feels that after public holidays, resumption to work duties is normal.
Work has to resume now. They gave us 2 days for break and we've enjoyed those 2 days and work must continue, so normal.
Nafisa Abdul-Al, Trust TV News, Abuja.
You're watching Trust TV News Update, and coming up after the break, Kaduna State Governor commends late Baggy monarch. Joins us again for more.
Get latest updates on current topical issues and breaking news by downloading the Trust TV mobile app on your Android devices. Go online, click Google Play Store, search Trust TV, install the app, and get doses of unfiltered information on happenings all over the world in your pocket. Trust TV, documenting the Nigerian story.
My name is Samuel Dada.
Yakubu Isa, ana mana kabila jeje.
Aminu Musa.
A wannan harkar ce muke dan samun abinci, an muke taimaka mu wasu da yawa.
Looking for private jobs. Sometimes you get employed and the process of payment, you know, you undergo some kind of stress.
Thanks for staying with us. Now let's have another look at some of our top stories. Cholera outbreak leaves at least 33 persons dead in Yobe and Jigawa. Plus, 2 students of Baptist Secondary School regained freedom. Moving on, this year's Eid el-Kabir celebration in Kefi in Nasarawa State is not with its usual pomp and pageantry, following the Presidential Steering Committee directive on COVID-19 for emirs to suspend Salah Durbar because of the pandemic. However, the Emir of Kefi, Dr. Shehu Chindo Yamusa III, observed Salah festivities in a way that many residents will remember for a long time to come.
The atmosphere for Salah celebration in Kefi, known for its colorful festivity, is set. The celebration, which proceeded with Hawankaho, a tradition many residents hold there, with residents observing the Eid prayers, kept them in anticipation that this year's Eid el-Kabir celebration was going to be colorful. It was not meant to be. The expectation was cut short by the COVID-19 third wave. The Emir of Kefi, Dr. Shehu Chindo Yamusa III, on the day of Hawan Daushi, came out to announce that festivities were cancelled. Hawan Doshe is a colorful and a unique double procession in Kefi. To have their usual celebration, the people may have to wait till next year. Gaza Yakubu, Trust TV News, Kefi.
Now, the late Esu Chikung, Dr. Danjuma Berates, have been described as a peacemaker who fully embraced the possibility of diversity. Governor Nasir El-Rufai of Kaduna State, in a condolence visit, said the late Sir Bagi had the interests of the people at heart.
He was a man of peace, a man of great courage, and a man who embraced diversity. He was not just the paramount chief of Gagis in this country, but the chief of everyone. Chikun chiefdom is perhaps one of the most diverse. It has every ethnic group in Nigeria living under his wings. He treated everyone with courtesy, with respect, and with a sense of inclusion.
On health matters now, outbreak of cholera has claimed no fewer than 33 persons in both Yobe and Jigawa states. In Yobe State, 3 deaths have been recorded, with 2 others hospitalized at Girigiri community in Jakusku local government area of the state. Meanwhile, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control wants people to employ the non-pharmaceutical interventions and safety protocols to avoid the mutation of the COVID-19 Delta variant. Yahaya Disu, NCDC's head of risk communication, in an interview underlines the risk factors attached to the new strain of the disease. Trust TV's Aisha Salihu reports.
The new strain of the virus wants to survive the environment. In the process, it may become more virulent, and it's also possible that the rate of transmission could also increase, and some of the properties may change, and which may mean severity and a higher risk for human beings.
He further called on states to scale up rapid testing and vaccination to avert mutation.
Work with the states to get information about the number of cases, and then to make sure that the samples that are collected are tested. They do genomic sequencing to be able to determine the variants. We'll only appeal to states to ensure that they increase access to tests in all LGAs and the communities. Now that we have RDT, that is rapid diagnostic test kits available, so you can even get your test result immediately, and it's cheaper. We can only know if this virus is circulating when people test.
A discovery of the Delta variant of COVID-19 disease has led to the federal government placing 6 states and the FCT under red alert. In a bid to avoid transmission and further mutation of the variant, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control has continued to urge Nigerians to observe the non-pharmaceutical protocols as well as other safety protocols as directed by the NCDC. Aisha Salihu, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Now on the foreign scene, a Kenya-based international relations scholar, Kavin Adhere, says politics is not useful in
to portion blame and to cast aspersion in terms of regional or country-specific or territorial leaning in terms of the source tracing of this the COVID-19 virus. It's critical to understand that only scientific approach can really help humanity bring this matter to a close. Chinese society was willing to admit the WHO investigators into their country in terms of investigating the possible origin of this virus. And the WHO team has since made recommendation that the virus source tracing should not stop with the visit in China, but should proceed to other countries as well. This is because, as they identified in the report, it's a very complex issue and must be carefully considered without lacing it with politics, without lacing it with ethnocentric views that could easily compromise the collective pursuit of humanity to really know what happened with the virus. So I believe it is important for the rest of progressive countries and individuals to continue pushing for more acceptable, more science-based approach to finding really what happened with this virus. The politics, as we know, has been very disastrous. Countries that elevated politics at the expense of science even had a faulty start to their response mechanisms, and that has not just wreaked havoc in their own countries, but also made it possible for other countries and territories to have the impact too. So I believe going forward, people should begin to prioritize science, people should begin to listen to WHO, we should begin to give the maximum support they need without interfering in their investigations, without undue coercion and pressure on the scientists in terms of what they should do. Let science speak. Hopefully we're going to get to the bottom of this matter.
And now in sports news, Maiden Beach Soccer League finals comes up next week, featuring Kaduna and Kebbi Beach Soccer Clubs, as well as Kwara Beach Soccer Club and Smart City Beach Soccer Club from Lagos. The event, scheduled to kick off on 29th of July at the Murtala Square in Kaduna, is the climax of the league, which began in April and was hosted in 3 different cities across the country. Nigeria's Super Sand Eagles are reckoned as one of the champions in the Africa, winning the Africa Beach Soccer Cup of Nations twice in 2007 and defended it with another 2009 triumph out of 8 appearances. And that wraps up our news update. For more news and latest, you can follow us on our Facebook, Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I am Ayuba. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.